Ooh, welcome back to your Leaguemates. All right, week 13 preview. As we record this, I will say it is Tuesday morning. So by the time you post
3 p.m.
We was up late night balling.
Exactly. So we just woke up, so now it's the morning for us, being politically correct around here. So this will be posted on Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. So we don't have the results of today's games or the Black Friday game, but we're going to preview it anyway in advance. So big week for a lot of people.
Let's go over the bigger picture landscape real quick. We put the standings up.
Yeah, let's do. Okay, we can do standings first.
Yeah, late night balling.
Let's go standings first. I think so far, are me and Joe the only two teams eliminated from playoffs?
Yeah, you guys are.
That's sick.
Actually eliminated.
I've actually been eliminated since about week 7. It's insane.
So if we start with the big girl division, Gut, you have a pretty comfortable lead. You're one game up on Andrew.
Yeah, 30-point.
3 on Jack. So you actually locked a playoff spot at the very least.
Yeah. You're locked. Jack needs 2 wins with Andrew losing both times. They do play each other once, right? Mm-hmm. Tony, you're a game behind J-Mo.
And
he would need points.
And a lot of points, but you guys do play.
No, we don't.
You guys don't play.
We both play you and Casey down the stretch. This week I play you, and then next week I'll get Casey.
Gotcha.
J-Mo's vice versa order.
And then the WOT division is actually the GOAT division.
Yeah, so
that is
WOT
so
division
cool.
is actually going to be the most entertaining one. I don't think either of us expect Jack to surpass Andrew. And I mean, it's just hard to win 2 games and overcome the points. I'm kind of in the same position. I think if I had a legitimate squad, I would feel a lot better. But
you have a practice squad.
Yeah, my squad is JV.
Yeah.
Being generous to it, honestly. So weird shit has definitely happened, but having to play Casey and your team, which is starting to turn up, it's not
you're
great.
Starting to cook up. Don't worry.
Yeah. You're starting to cook just in time to keep me out of playoffs.
This is the first time all year that my team has been at full strength. This is the first time I've started all my starters.
Nice.
The whole year. Yeah, it's kind of wild. It's kind of
Sounds
nice.
like a whole lot of bitching.
And then we talked about the WOT division a little bit last episode.
It's elite.
It's really up in the air. I don't think anyone's truly favored it. Maybe JL slightly because he has the points, but only takes 1 loss.
Skid. He said he goes in streaks.
Yeah, it's true. All right, so let's get into the individual matchups here. We'll kind of skim over quickly the ones that don't truly matter, including this one, mine versus yours.
Holy
As of
shit,
right now,
30-point favorite?
I'm about a 30-point dog. Yep.
All right, I'll take Tony plus the points.
I mean, there's not a lot to be excited about my team. Tyreek Hill is a bot.
This is
and
like
I think
Alabama
he's probably
versus
my best
Citadel.
player. You what?
This is like Alabama versus Citadel. It's like the spread is just 50.
I'm not even sure who that is.
Exactly.
Jordan Love, I feel like, is a guy who people have been saying is going to start cooking any day now, and it's just never going to come.
Yeah.
And
that kind of feels like with a lot of players this year in fantasy.
And also, he has a horrible weather schedule for this week. It's freezing.
It's going to be cold out there. It's not too impactful, I don't think, but it's definitely going to be cold.
Yeah. Najee Harris, not a lot of upside. Same with Swift, Cooper. It's just, this happened to me last week where everybody scored 8, didn't get a single touchdown, and that just kind of feels like what my squad is.
Well, all right. Well, let me ask you this. This is going to go out, in 2 days. Is your team going to be the same by then? Do you think you're going to be making moves this week?
It feels pretty hopeless right now, if I'm being honest, because I also don't normally I at least had a player that people would be interested in acquiring.
Yeah.
I just don't think I even have that anymore.
Yeah, you might be able to do something with Love or Hill. Those are players that maybe you could split, but at this point, I don't know what.
Splitting Hill. I mean, what do you?
Right. I don't know.
Dougie?
No, I don't know.
Hill,
that's valid.
I think Hill might be a dude that's worth inquiring down the stretch, like Houston, SF, Cleveland. I mean, that's not the greatest schedule.
Yeah,
it's really you're just buying into Tyreek Hill, but I think the problem with this Dolphins offense is they just spread it around too much, mostly just to straight up Johnny Smith.
Yeah.
Oat.
I'm kind of I don't have much to play for. Obviously, I'm still technically playing to avoid last place, but I don't know if there's any moves I could make or want to make.
You got pride on the line?
I got pride on the line. You're right.
Head of the company. Don't come in last.
Yeah.
Don't want to come in. I mean, yeah. At this point, my points are still above a decent amount of people, so I'm all right, we're cool in the middle.
You look at your team and you're like, oh, it's easy playoff squad, and it's just
nah, it's not how I feel inside.
Yeah.
person side. Yeah, the team's fine right now. I'm just kind of. I think I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you this week.
No, probably. Josh Downs might be a guy that I can move just if someone wants to invest in, if they feel comfortable making the playoffs.
That's a playoff swap for sure. I don't hate that.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, told you, Pop Dougie's right in your wheelhouse.
Dude, I think I might have to go back to Christian Watson. Like, his floor is 0, but I think if I'm going to beat your team, I probably have to hope that that deep shot actually connects this time.
I feel like that's the
Like,
same thing with Westbrook, though. Like, he's had
No,
those
kinda
deep shots.
For
as
sure.
well.
Like, I think my only hope is just, like, Jordan Love and Will Levis connect with their guys. Like, playing a guy like Tank Dell, he could go off, but
Jacksonville, though.
yeah, it's a nice match.
I understand what you're saying too. Like
I guess I'm thinking
Maybe
more
over
of in
Coop.
like a DFS.
Yeah.
Christian Watson probably is your play here because you will need upside, and Romeo Dobbs is probably out. So it's like if you're gonna talk yourself into a big week, I feel like that's kind of where it's gonna come
I almost
from.
might swap him for Coop.
I would rather you not play Watson. Like going against you, I would rather you not have Watson in your lineup. To be honest.
Yeah. I mean, is it to the point where I could sit Coop? Because I mean, like obviously Coop hasn't done anything up to this point. It's probably the better matchup for Amari though, going up against the Niners who like aren't very good, and
Yeah.
he still projects to be the one. I think maybe Coop's a guy that I could trade, hoping that someone like buys into the fact that coming off a bye week, like down the stretch, he's the Buffalo wide receiver 1 or something.
The
So,
problem is like you don't have time really left to like you need him to make that you need him to do something this week so that you could trade him for the 1 week. Like
Isn't the trade deadline Wednesday?
Yeah.
oh, yeah, trade deadline.
So
is this
it would be
Wednesday.
trading him with people just kind of having like blind hope about it,
praying.
pretty much.
Yeah. that
Like
feels
obviously it
crazy.
would have been nice if he had one fucking week where he showed something, but
I'll trade you Jordan Addison.
for Amari Cooper,
No.
oh, just for the free or
For
what?
something way better.
Okay, sounds good. Thursday on Thanksgiving, you got Josh Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
I got Love, Swift,
You're not even going to check the app.
Tyreek.
Tyreek.
You have a lot of players on Thanksgiving.
I got a good amount, so
Okay.
Thanksgiving's about to be ruined for me easily. All right, well,
Swift
I mean,
has the toughest matchup.
yeah, Swift like low key has been getting it done, kind
Yeah.
of. Like he's not really scoring touchdowns. I mean, I guess he got one 2 weeks ago, but
Yeah,
like
against-
I feel like if he finds the end zone, he ends up having a really good week. But baseline, if
Yeah, back-to-back
not the
weeks
worst.
going down in snaps.
for sure,
It's-
like
and-
Roshan's gonna eat every goal line carry.
Yeah, it's tough. And like they're probably not going to have many goal line opportunities against Detroit. They'll be scoring. If they're going to score from 10 out, 15 out.
To be fair though, that's kind of Swift.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, I mean, I don't really like DeAndre Swift
Yeah,
either.
no,
You
that's
know,
fair.
I'd feel a lot better about him if I wasn't like if
Yeah.
I had other players around him and
If
he
he
was
was
just
like
like
your
a
RB3
whatever,
or-
you
yeah.
know. Yeah, I was essentially like a 0 RB team with DeAndre Swift. Yeah, it would feel a lot better. But anyways, we're all in agreement. Nick takes down the
Yeah,
dub.
yeah.
Playoff chances are dead.
Yep, sadly.
All right,
Rip Tone.
Andrew taking on Gut.
Good matchup here.
Yeah. So
It is a
classic.
heavy hitter.
again, you're 1 game up. Andrew is a sizable amount of how many points again? Is he behind you?
30.
Okay, so if he gets a big dub here,
Yeah. So it has to be pretty sizable.
he's
He's
gonna
he's
surpass
1.1
you.
favorite in points.
He is. That includes Dobbins.
Yeah, I can swap him for Warren probably. So I'll do it.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like a great swap.
Dobbins
for you.
feels like a big loss.
Yeah.
You know what's kind of
Warren-
funny
Warren's
was
been
like
fine.
But you will get T Law back.
I mean, also, yeah,
Probably.
T-Law and then Warren versus Cincy. Like, I don't hate
Are you
that
gonna
at
play
all.
T Law over Bryce?
I gotta see. I gotta see how he does in practice, all that sort of shit. And
to be honest, I think I'm going Bryce.
yeah, Bryce is just cooking. But I don't
It's
know.
not so much that he's cooking. I just feel like T Law.
T Law's kind of just a fantasy dud.
Yeah. It
Fantasy
also,
dud. He's like QB 11. He was.
also kind of worry that like T Law goes in the game, gets re-injured, leaves early, maybe.
Yeah, he
No.
could. It's all
I'm
hypothetical.
not too worried about that. I don't know. The offense just feels super rusty and just nothing ever clicks there. Yeah. Andrew's starting lineup just looks really strong.
He's got to get
Mahomes
Debo out
against-
of there, but yeah.
Mahomes against the Raiders, Bo Nix against Cincy. Like the matchups are fucking pretty nice too.
If I'm Andrew, I'm 100% playing Adam Thielen over Debo. Brock Purdy, Brandon Allen don't matter.
Really?
I think Debo's unstartable.
If Brock Purdy's back,
Yeah, I mean it hasn't mattered in weeks past.
yeah, that's fair, I guess.
Didn't he get injured versus Kansas City?
I just
Yeah.
feel like Adam.
I feel pretty good about Adam Thielen actually too. So
That's
yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah, I feel
Against
fine
Tampa?
about Thielen in there for him. I mean, Puka's a stud.
Do you
Mixed
also
against Jacksonville?
What do you guys think about the strategy of like if Andrew knew that you were going to play Bryce Young?
Yeah. That's
How
what I
does
was
that
thinking.
affect you with the Adam Thielen decision?
Yeah.
Like, do you kind of feel like
I feel better about it. Like, yeah, I'm starting that bitch. guaranteed unless he just goes to leg it all game. Highly doubt that. Actually, Jalen Cooker might be back, so we never know. He loved going to Cook.
True.
Got that stack, you know what I'm saying?
David Moore.
Facts. What you know about David Moore?
No,
I think
Resurgence.
Tyrone Tracy is a great start against Dallas. Also, if Drew Lock is going to end up playing.
If Drew Lock plays, I feel
offense could be better.
fantastic
Yeah,
about
you
it. Like,
need
he'll
Locke
catch
under
probably
center.
7 passes with Drew Lock. Drew Lock's only pass he came into the game screamed past Tracy right away.
Also, the Cincy stack against Pittsburgh is kind of tough.
Yeah,
Chase.
but like you start them against like anybody at this point, and I feel fine.
Yeah.
Especially with Higgins playing, it makes me feel better just because it's like they have to look at somebody else. But yeah, look at Chase against. I just want to see him against like better defenses. I haven't like thought about in a while since his first 2 weeks. Like against anybody, like even against Cleveland, who's been pretty tough. 17, Philly.
I mean,
who
realistically, when you look at their schedule, yeah, Philly feels
Philly
like
post bye.
Philly and Chargers are actually 2 tough ones, but yeah.
He put up over 20. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
far.
Look at those. Oh my God. Look at the combined games versus Baltimore.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's fucking gas.
Insane.
Yeah, I feel
Garrett
like
Wilson in your starting lineup for the first time.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Good matchup for Seattle. We'll see. I mean,
Seattle's defense kind of coming together though.
kind of
really
sneaky, yeah.
I like Andrew's team here. I think he's got better matchups, and I feel like he has a few less question marks in the lineup for me. Like Ramondre's a question mark for me. Tracy's a little questionable if DeVito's there. Dobbins is obviously questionable. Bryce Young, yeah, I'm a lean Andrew here. I don't think you make the playoffs.
I mean, it kind of would be cool to see Andrew win just to get more chaos in the fucking league going. But I kind of think Gut wins this one.
You don't think
I think
DK goes
Debo is a
off?
question mark. I think Hawkinson is kind of a question mark. I guess he's
Listen, he's due for an off game. On, off, on, off.
right.
Due for a dud.
It's tough though having Saquon and Mixon.
It's
you
tough for
know,
him
who
having
feel like-
Saquon, Mixon, and Puka. Just looking at those
Facts.
3. The rest of the lineup, I'm like, all right, J-Mo could flop, Debo could flop, Hawk could do mid, and Shakir could catch 3 balls for 40 yards, and I'd live. But the top 3, and even Mahomes versus
I mean,
the
he
Raiders.
has like a great quarterback floor too, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Feels like he's getting a minimum 40 each week from his QBs too, which is like a really good starting point when you have
Mahomes is starting to do better, and against Vegas, it just feels like he's going to tear him up. Like we had the offseason conundrum where they were mocking him or whatever. Like he's probably going to destroy him. But we'll move on from this one unless we got anything else.
Andrew
Good.
by a billion.
By a Billy. We got Joe versus Jack. Again, like Joe, not really anything to play for. There's a chance he could get
he
out
has
of last.
pride to play
Sure.
for.
But, I mean, it's a long shot to not be last place for him at this point. Jack, he needs to win out. Needs a few things to break his way to. Pretty heavy favorite here. I guess not percentage-wise on ESPN, but just kind of looking at the matchups.
I
And the
kind of
actual
like Joe's
players
team,
here.
though.
I mean, yeah, look at Joe's matchups.
Like, Joe's-
Arizona, Giants, Rams, Vegas,
and
Rams,
Jason has
Carolina,
just been fucking
Rams.
cooking, like,
Yeah, I think this could Stroud against Jacksonville. Like he doesn't have a single bad matchup on the docket.
Yeah, he just kind of has some bad players.
A bunch of bad players. Yeah, he does have 3 3 Saints players in his starting lineup.
Yeah. Also, don't feel great about Rico, even against a good matchup.
That's fair. He'll probably get in. He'll probably get in the end zone though.
Giants just gave up a touchdown to every single Tampa Bay back.
Rico literally doesn't have a rushing touchdown on the year. That's
Yeah.
fire. Yeah, he is.
I love an MVS start, but like that could obviously go south.
Yeah,
It also could get him 40 points.
he's got a lot of upside, I think, but he also has a low floor.
He'd probably beat my team.
I don't hate. We go down his bench. Yeah, like Kareem Hunt.
Are we sure Pacheco's gonna be back?
He'll be back this week.
Okay.
But also, that doesn't make me want to sit Hunt, I don't think, against Vegas. They're like 2 touchdown favorites.
Why does Joe have 2 empty bench spots?
It's a good question.
Like, brother,
Like
what are we
he
doing?
actually just dropped Amir Abdullah like this morning, I think.
That's crazy for nothing.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Joe.
I'm not sure why he did that. Amir Abdullah just put like 20 points up this week for
Yeah.
him. Not he couldn't play him, but like I'm not sure why he did that. Yeah, Jack does have a lot of firepower though between Hurts, Brown, Hubbard,
Allen.
Josh Allen.
I mean, for dude just talking about no holes, like
Yeah,
everybody else kind of feels like they could be a hole.
yeah.
How do we feel about Terry? Because it's like
Terry versus Tennessee's kind of tough. Without that giant catch, you did nothing.
They're kind of not a great pass D anymore though. Tennessee,
Yeah,
they're really good against the run. I don't think I'm gonna overthink Terry.
yeah,
been,
no,
like,
he's
really
actually been
good.
super consistent
Terry's like the one receiver I'm not worried about, or the one player on the bottom half of his team I'm not really worried about.
for sure.
Marv, Keenan, Javante are all like absolutely all over the fucking place.
Andrews maybe a little bit.
He's been pretty good. I feel like
He's
Yeah.
good against cover 2.
that start
playing
was terrible.
Philly.
Go to Andrews' game logs. Like starting in week 6, like can't really get much better than that for a tight end.
For sure.
Philly's definitely
Yeah.
going to be tough, but I think
Yeah.
you can get it done.
I mean, I'm taking Jack here.
This is close.
It all falls on the shoulders of Alvin Kamara.
Taysom Hill is an absolute wild card too. Like,
Yeah. It's really just on the, like, if the Saints have a good offensive game, Joe's going to score a lot of points. If they don't, though, he's obviously in trouble. Because, like,
Yeah.
if they get on the goal line, like 2 weeks ago when Taysom put up like 50 or whatever, it was like every time they were inside the 10-yard line, it was just like, okay, Joe's scoring a touchdown here because he had Kamara, he had Hill, whatever. So if that doesn't happen all the time, yeah, then he's going to be in trouble.
Like deep shot, MVS, goal line, Hill.
Yeah.
he's got all Saints.
He's got
covered.
almost everything covered outside the intermediate. And then
Yeah.
But I also kind of feel like I kind of like the Rams defense. I know they just got shredded by Philly, but
they're sneaky good.
yeah.
Yeah, they're fine.
I lean Jack here, though.
I think Jack should definitely be more than a 3-point favorite.
I'd still take the points, though, if I'm a betting man.
Really?
I'm taking the points. I think it's a
I
close
would take
game.
the points, too, with,
Really?
Yeah, I
I
think,
think
it's close.
so.
I mean, fantasy matchups though, I feel like hardly come down to like 3 points, anyways. That's
Ask Nick.
basically 50-50.
Only all of mine.
Yeah, literally like 3 of Nick's games.
If you just take my points on money, though.
yeah, you're fucking
As an underdog, I cover every time.
literally.
Yeah, whatever. I'll take fucking Joe.
Huge matchup here.
This is a great week just because there's no teams on buys, so everybody
Yeah.
gets their full strength lineup.
Yeah, that's true. So,
It's like Tony's team is fire.
for sure.
Tony James still playing.
All right, so JL and Adam are facing off against each other. Adam is currently starting Brock Purdy, who we don't have a great read on whether or not he's going to play. He was practicing in a limited fashion. Obviously, he was doing that last week and missed the game. I think we were always kind of assuming he was going to be limited this week, but whether or not he plays is going to be interesting. The tough part, too, is it's Sunday night, so you really might not find out until then, in which case... Or no, he has Brandon Allen. Sorry, never mind.
Okay, he's got both of them.
Yeah, that's why you spend 60 fab on him, you know?
Yeah.
Get him in
Nice.
there. JL's team's been on a little bit of a skid, but, I mean, roster-wise, I feel like everything looks good there.
Elijah Moore with no.
It does. When he's at full
Hellman?
strength, it looks good for
Yeah.
sure.
So, I mean, I guess the other thing, too, is, like, is T-Law going to play? Because that's really going to affect BTJ's outlook.
I think T-Law plays this week.
Crazy. Trying to trade him all last week, and you guys were like, oh, there's like a 60-70% chance he doesn't play again this year.
That's why I got played you.
I know.
Gaslit you.
That's why I wasn't going to trade it to him, because I knew he was lying. I knew that he knew T-Law was in, and he was just trying to talk me down.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I think I like JL's team here.
JL's team actually doesn't feel like it has a hole in his lineup anywhere.
For sure.
Him getting Kelsey was like the biggest.
Yeah.
I think what I'm most worried about for Adam is that the 49ers offense just might be broken. And at this point, he has a lot of stock in him.
Yeah, having Purdy and McCaffrey without seeing anything like positive happening there is tough.
McCaffrey's still being projected 20 points.
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
he hasn't even touched that number yet.
No, I mean, he hasn't, but like even when he's looking horrible, like he's still scoring 16, 14.
But like, go to HN.
Yeah, but go to,
HN
like,
is projected
projected.
for like 17, and this guy literally puts
Fair.
up like 25 a week.
All right, so I mean, you switch the projections of CMC and HN, and
Yeah,
it probably
maybe.
washes out.
I
But
think you should switch the projection to C-Mac and Elijah Moore.
yeah, that might be true too. Brock Purdy, I mean, as much as the Niners offense looks out of whack, like he's still producing as a fantasy
He's a good
quarterback
fantasy QB. Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, we just got to hope
2
that he's
spots away
healthy.
from T-Law. but
At
T-Law's
Buffalo, I think there might be some weather in that Buffalo game too. I'm taking JL's team here. Matchups are good, team is good, vibes are good.
Baker Mayfield
he's a good
against
guy.
Carolina.
I kind of don't feel great about Devontae.
I mean,
Like,
Devontae Adams
Click
being
on
your
Devontae real
weakest
quick.
player, though, like
no, I get it.
he
has seen the
kind of
targets.
sucks. Devontae Adams kind of sucks.
he
for
gets
sure.
a lot of targets. Yeah. I also kind of weird. This is a dumb fucking narrative, but there's part of me that just feels like Aaron Rodgers is going to be good for the rest of the season. Like after all the hype of him, like, oh, he's not going to play the rest of the season. He's like done. The Jets are done with him, whatever.
I was thinking something along the lines of like I could see him going out and just like balling out
Yeah.
and kind of just being like fuck you and
Like
then
a
leaving.
250, 3-touchdown game against Seattle this weekend wouldn't surprise me at all.
QB starts for JL. Would you guys be rolling out Lamar and Baker and sitting Herbert? Like it's a tough situation because all three guys feel like they've been rolling.
Would love to start Herbert at Atlanta.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me see Baker's.
But like, how
You
do you
just
sit
can't
Baker?
you can't bench Lamar and you can't bench Bake versus Carolina.
I think Lamar's a must start. It's
Yeah, I
between
mean, of
Baker
course.
and Herbert.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's really tough.
I think I start Bake. Carolina, like we stink.
What about the fact that you have McConkey also in your lineup? Like, does stacking them feel enticing in this Atlanta matchup.
I wonder if like
Because you also have Bucky, so it's going to be
Yeah.
like rarely are both of those players going to score on the same drive or same play. Meanwhile, like obviously Ladd.
The problem with the
and Herbert can
Chargers
stack.
is like they don't score a ton of passing touchdowns comparative to
Yeah.
they just want to run it in. So it's like
yeah, Herbert, like I feel like he has like what 12, 13 passing touchdowns on the year.
But how many in like the last like month though?
Yeah, I mean it's a little bit better, but it's still
6, 7 since week 8.
he's definitely gotten better, and I think Baker's probably dipped off a little bit because of the injuries to the receivers that they've had in Tampa Bay. But I mean, honestly,
Dude, his schedule is
probably just not one I would overthink. Like I don't know that it matters that much. Like they're both probably going to put up 18 to 20, be fine.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
I don't think you can go wrong, but like it's
He needs
Sneaky.
JT. He needs JT to start producing.
for real.
Sneaky, this is going to be a great week for Njoku, I think. Denver gets cooked by tight ends. And
That's what they told me about Pitts a couple weeks ago.
yeah, well, that's just cop. I don't know what that's. That whole team, your whole team got cooked. There wasn't one person or the other. But Jameis is going to throw the ball 40 times.
Yeah.
They're going to, like, I think a ton of those targets are going to go to Njoku. He might see another 10 or 11 game.
What's your confidence level in Drake May bouncing back against Indy?
Pretty
I
high.
like this.
Yeah.
This is a cool in game environment because I think both defenses are bad and both offenses are like kind of fun and exciting.
Yeah, so Ramondre,
Passing,
big game, rushing.
Antonio Gibstein,
All right, enough.
Jermichael Hasty,
That's
Texas Tech
like
goat.
Are we all going JL?
Uh,
I'm gonna go JL.
yeah, I'm going JL.
All right.
But I would take the points. I think with Adam. I think it's a close game.
You get 5 points.
Yeah, 5
Yeah.
points.
I'm taking JL.
You're taking JL's minus 5 points.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Wow.
fantasy match. I feel like if this was an NFL spread, it's like
Nah.
half.
Listen,
a
this
point.
is
What I'm
divisional
doing.
games.
Here's what
They're
I'm
close.
doing. Here's
Like,
what
it's
I'm
a bit-
doing as a better. I'm gonna put Justin Herbert into the lineup, so that shaves off 0.7 projected points,
Okay.
and take the minus.
Okay.
There you go. All right, Casey and
Straight
JMO
50s.
Listen, so you
face
don't
off against
take.
each other.
You're not taking Levis Meat plus 0.01. Like, what are we doing?
Who's this
It's a literal pick 'em.
Does he really not have anything better than Jalen Tolbert?
Darnell Mooney is questionable, but I feel
Okay.
like there hasn't been.
Mooney, and Devonta Smith. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I was like, he didn't trade away all of his good players.
No, definitely not.
This is a really good matchup.
Dude, real quickly, have you guys heard anything from Mooney or Smith that makes you think they're gonna miss?
I haven't heard much outside of Smith is still highly. They're just playing it super safe. Like they don't want to.
Yeah, but Smith is weird because he was injured the previous week, but played the full game, and then all of a sudden just missed all of practice. So I don't know. Smith is kind of weird for me. Mooney, he's had the full bye week, so I feel a little bit better about him probably.
Do you like Casey's chance of having at least one of those guys going in?
Yeah, I
this matchup?
think Mooney will be in there.
Yeah,
I think he's a higher chance than Smith. I think Smith probably will give another week.
yeah. I like his chance of having one of those guys.
And then if both are missing, like we're not going Tolbert though, right? Like I feel like Noah Brown feels like a better option.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even Keyshawn Boutte, like,
Nah.
it's been so disappointing, but he is kind of getting targets. No
Don't.
Boutte.
Don't.
All right, fair enough.
Do
you
not.
you would go Jalen Tolbert over Keyshawn Boutte.
I would go Noah Brown over both of them.
Okay, that's fair. Jalen McMillan against Carolina. Any
Jalen
interest?
McMillan has
He hasn't
proven
done
nothing.
anything.
No, that's fair. Like I
Go to their.
I go
starting-
Boutte over McMillan.
Go to the start. You love
I kind of.
big booty guy. All right. Let's see here.
Monty might get limited touches, short week injury,
Maybe
banged up,
Revenge game though.
and then he's Gibbs on the other side. Like that could be.
that will swing some things here. But what's going to happen is Detroit's going to put up 35. Both.
Yeah, I mean-
Jaden Reed's been hot cheeks.
hot cheeks
And now
for
he's
sure.
again cold game.
I
tough
will say though,
matchup.
Nico against Jacksonville and Mike Evans against Carolina might like single.
Nico is due
Hey.
for a 40 burger.
I
Yeah.
will
He's
say
gotten like so many touchdowns called back the last couple of weeks too. Mike
third
Evans.
highest grade of corners in man coverage this year. J.C. Horn.
I just feel like
Locked.
Mike Evans kills the Panthers.
They
Third
do.
highest
It's
grade,
true,
and I
man.
don't give a fuck is Mike Evans.
Yeah. Kyler Murray against Minnesota.
He
We
can,
see the hottest and the coldest versions of Kyler every single week.
This
so
is just what a 16.9 projection is. Just we don't fucking know.
I feel like it's a middling projection, but there's no chance he actually scores 16. It's either going to be 6 or 26.
That's fair.
I mean, I like Kyler versus the matchup.
This
I
is
mean-
a great matchup.
QBs so far have done well against Minnesota. They give up the third most passing yards per game.
What about
I hate Waddle.
I was
get
gonna
Waddle the
bring
fuck
that
out of
up.
the lineup against
He
Green
had
Bay
this-
in the cold.
he had this start sit conundrum last week. Are you guys going back to Waddle off the big game?
Dude, no.
Like it kind of feels like a trap.
Yeah, Adunze's hit over. He's hit over like 40 yards in the
What are
past.
you gonna
Whatever.
do though? You're gonna sit Waddle for one of the guys on his bench?
Adunze, yeah, I would.
Why?
Adunze
You tried doing that last week. It didn't work.
He still got 8. Like he still had 8 last week. Like he's not a dud. Where Waddle has a lower floor
That
than
kind of is
Adunze.
dud in PPR though. When you need fucking points,
Yeah, but I think Adunze has a higher ceiling this week versus Detroit
that's just not.
than Waddle does.
Rome doesn't have a ceiling.
Look at his game log. Yeah, he does.
One game of 20 points 17 weeks ago. That's not a
Hey, he
ceiling.
got
Look at his last
15.
8 games.
5 for 104. You'll take that.
15. Yeah, you'll
He's
take
seeing-
that.
he's
That's
seeing
his
10
best game in the last.
But look
8
at the past
weeks.
2 games. 10 targets, 10 targets. Like the volume's there.
I mean,
He gets in the end zone one time. It's against Detroit. They're probably going to get blown out. They're going to be thrown from behind.
So I will
Caleb's probably
say
going to throw the ball 100 times again.
both these games are on Thanksgiving. The total in Lions Bears is like 49. Total in Miami Green Bay is like 43.
But one of them, yeah, fair. But
One
one
of
of them, like,
One of them's a much heavier favorite,
right.
being the Lions. So
So it's like the
They're
Lions
projected
are the
less.
points that are, factoring into that.
yeah,
Yeah, but I would rather have the team, if I'm a receiver, that's behind. Like, I would want that.
Yeah, that's
narrative.
fair. I just don't like Rome feels like such a fake fantasy player this year.
So
It
does
feels
Waddle.
like
Waddle stinks.
yeah,
And now he's
yeah.
a really tough matchup, and we all know Tua can't play in the cold.
I
That's
mean, it's
a
not
fact.
a tough matchup.
Green Bay hasn't been easy.
They've been fine, and Jared Alexander's been hurt.
I do worry though. Like
Go to Waddle's games. 28.4.
Stink.
How you doing?
Look at before that. 5, 8, 7, 8, and
Yeah,
2.
big,
8,
Ro-
7,
big
6.
Rome energy.
He's
these are
had
the
2 games of
these
double
two
digits.
guys are the exact same player.
exactly.
And I would rather have the matchup against Detroit than I
I think
would.
I agree with you, but they are the exact same
like
player.
that. Waddle has like 2 games that are good. The rest of them stink.
Nah, you're right. They're both fucking miserable.
He
And the
sucked,
fact that he
dude.
missed out, he started Waddle every week and then sat him last week and missed
It's
that fucking
insane.
game. Yeah, he fucking, I don't care.
I
Rome,
worry
sure.
about Miami and that narrative around them where they can't beat good teams and they like consistently lose to guys who are over 500.
I don't even know if it's a narrative anymore. More just like they've done it
Facts.
time and time
It's
again.
just,
It's
just
just
facts
facts.
at this point. So I just have terrible vibes on Waddle. Like
Yeah.
it may be because it's like I haven't been burned by Rome, but like been burned by Waddle, so that's why I feel like that. But
That's fair.
I feel like if it's I feel like when it's like a narrative, it's a newer team or it's like something that's like, oh, they've done it 3 times. They've lost to 500 teams for 3 seasons straight. Like they cannot figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, it's bad. Oh, it's so hard to bet against Nico and Mike Evans in those matchups.
You giving him Nico, like
anybody could
was-
have traded for him.
No, I get it. But I'm saying like for him that was great.
Yeah, I think I'm still gonna go Casey. It's just hard to bet against this team. It feels super loaded, and I kind of feel like he'll be able to replace Tolbert
Yeah.
come game time.
I'll go, assuming one of those guys on the bench plays, I'm going to go Casey here. Jefferson's due for a bounce back. Cup versus Saints is a joke.
So
So you
talking
don't
about Kenneth Walker real quick, the Jets like sold out their last game to stop Jonathan Taylor, but for the rest of the season, their run defense has been horrible.
Yeah.
Do you kind of feel like Walker's in for a big game, or you think they might do a similar thing they did
I
in
think the
Indianapolis?
Seahawks could put up 30.
Can you click on Walker's? I kind of feel like they did that because they don't have any faith in Anthony Richardson.
Right.
Walker's been like really not great over the last month or so either.
I feel like he's been good though. Just
13
not
points will
great.
take every week.
I mean, I guess.
It's just not, it's just a
You-
solid
you
But I mean,
definitely-
relative to like the beginning of the year, people were like, he could be RB1 overall down the stretch.
For
but
sure.
realistically,
You drafted him to be better than this.
look at like
the first
20 for
5
103 in the first game, and then since then, look at his rushing yard totals. Like
Yeah,
they're
but-
they're not for someone who's like supposed to be this all world rusher, and like that's where he gets his points from. It's not happening.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they also have a horrible line.
Yeah, agree. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like it's not. It's
Look
not
at his
happening
receiving
for him.
though. His receiving's been
Yeah, he has been underratedly
like
like
his
really good.
his
in the receiving
catching
game,
has
for
been like
sure.
he had multiple games, 8 targets. Like I'll
Yep.
take that all day.
No doubt.
And against the Jets, I feel like that's a team where a lot of running backs can feast. in
Seattle's
there.
just a tough team probably for D coordinators to really like scheme against because they have so much talent.
Justin Jefferson, I also kind of feel like is going to have a huge bounce back. He
Has
feels
to.
like one of those players that is vocal about bad games, and then pendulum swings the other way. He's going for 30,
Yeah, he has. Yeah, just too much firepower on this team. Yeah, I'll lean with Casey here too. I'll take the points.
.01.
I'll take the .1. Yeah,
I'll take the dog here in JMO by .01.
he's actually the favorite.
He is a slight favorite.
Oh, by .1. Yeah, facts. I'll take the favorite, JMO. I'll take the pick'em.
All right.
Red Bone.
Sounds good. Moving on to the last matchup here. We got Sexy versus Nate. Again, Sexy is one of the 3 teams tied with 6 wins. Nate has 5. So this is going to be a pretty must-win for Nate. Is there a chance that Nate could still make playoffs if he loses this game?
Oh, if he loses, no.
Loses.
If he
Because
loses,
Adam
he's
or
done.
JL would also lose, And then so they would have 6. He would still have 5.
So yeah, I guess there's still maybe.
I don't think so. I think he needs to win out because he's 2 games behind.
Oh no, because whoever he loses to will be 2 games ahead.
Yeah.
Sexy's already a game ahead.
No, but if he loses to Sexy would be 2.
There
He
will be
can't
2
catch
people
him.
who are 2 games ahead, and there's only 1 week left.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so he
okay.
needs
So
to
this
win.
is a must win.
Yeah.
Nate is basically in playoffs now and just has to completely win out.
I like his chances this week for sure.
I do too.
I'm taking Nate minus 11.
I like that.
Nate minus 11. Not even thinking about it. Don't even need to go over the matchup. Fuck Sexy. Next.
Well, this is the last matchup we got.
Fuck. All right.
So real quickly, looking at Nate's lineup, he's starting Jawan Jennings, who if Brock Purdy's not going to go, don't feel great about. Meanwhile,
You have a read on Purdy? I listened to something today that felt like relatively optimistic about him for this week.
yeah, if I had to put money on it, I would say he plays, but I don't feel good about it either. Again, like we were mentioning before, though, the tough part is like guys like Quentin Johnson, Michael Pittman, Jerry Jeudy, or I guess you could late swap him with Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
Because Jerry Jeudy plays Monday. So
Yeah, that's a really good late swap.
okay.
Yeah, so that's fine. I think for Sexy's team, too, I think B-Rob, there's a chance he plays, and without Austin Eckler, which would be a really nice flex, and that way you can get, actually,
Yeah, who would you take
kind
out,
of a
though?
tough sit-start decision.
I can't believe how good Jacoby Myers was against the Broncos.
Yeah.
I traded him away thinking that the next 2 weeks were going to be disastrous for him, and that's why I took Tank
I told you
with
I
a
didn't-
much better matchup.
This is,
I
I would
told you I
take
didn't wanna get
Jacoby
rid of him.
out because Desmond fucking Ritter.
Yeah.
With no Minshew, I'm not playing Myers this week.
I mean,
AOC, Ritter, doesn't matter. Okay.
I hate
Ritter
both of them.
drove
Every time
down the field.
I think about the player, and then I go, oh, the other option has to be better. And then I think about the other option, I go, wait, the other option has to be. I'm just like
Ritter
a bumper
drove
car.
down the field, got him into scoring opportunity.
What happened?
He threw a tie, just didn't get the feed in.
Mm-mm.
Didn't get the feed in.
Mm.
That's
Mm.
not on him.
Yeah, I'm taking Big Nate, dog.
I am too.
Would love Nate to just bury Sexy this week. Bury him out of the playoffs.
I mean, if Sexy loses, I think there is still a chance he could.
He could,
Make
because he'll
it.
be tied with.
I think Malik has
Yeah.
low key a big day.
Record-wise, yeah, he'll
he
be.
was bitching.
They'll
after
get him
last
involved
game.
early, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I should be seeing the Rock every time.
He beat Adam
God.
last week.
Well,
if
one
he
of them
lo-
has to lose, so
But if he loses, I'm thinking he would need.
if he loses, then there's gonna be a 3-way tie in that division at 6 and 7.
Sorry, if he loses, he wants Adam to win because
Yeah.
he'll be playing JL week 14.
No.
So then that way, if he wins, he's in.
Well, yeah, no, because he would be far down in points to. Yeah, I guess you're right that way.
Nate could if Nate wins, he could technically surpass him in points. I don't know how the points are breaking down there, but I think because Sexy has JL week 14, if you're gonna lose this and you're Sexy, you want JL to also lose.
Yeah, that makes sense. Then who plays week 14? Nate and Adam.
Yeah. Adam will be up a game. You'll be tied with Nate.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's too much right now.
Yeah, it's
Just fucking win your games.
way too much math.
Just beat the shit out of your opponent this week, like me.
What did Will Disley
Going
do?
in minus 30. That's crazy.
Now you don't.
Every other matchup's like within 10. You're minus 30.
My whole season's been leading. This is my Super Bowl.
Yeah. And I'm just showing up in fucking crutches.
Mm-hmm.
It's disastrous. Anything else you guys want to go over?
Bozo parlay. Who's on duties?
That would be me.
W.
Yep. Big Bozo this week. 83 points. That'll get you a place in the parlay. Gut, you need to look at your roster.
When was the last time DK scored? It's been a while.
No, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. He's
It's been
due.
It's been a minute.
Oh my God,
Against
he's
the Jets,
so due against the Jets. The Jets have been such frauds on the pass defense, and that is why I'm going DK.
Okay. All right. Nick,
Whew.
got to go Kyron.
Yeah, against the Saints. I mean, Jacobs is fucking a beast, too. I might just go A-Rich again.
Nah, hell no.
I might just go A-Rich every day. I might just go Jordan Adelstein again. Let's go.
Sneaky Zach Ertz.
Yeah, let's go Kyron.
All right. Who the fuck do I
Minus
pick, dude?
250.
All right, A-Rich then.
Thank you.
No, Kyron.
Yeah, I have no fucking clue who to go with.
Can we take like
Hunter
a bold?
Henry, honestly.
Yeah.
Is there a way for
Yeah.
us to take like this team's gonna score 0 touchdowns? Like, is that?
Yeah. Instead of making 12 man, it's like 11 man anytime touchdown with like 7 no touchdown.
it becomes a 22 leg parlay with no touchdowns for all those guys.
Harris ain't scoring, Swift ain't scoring.
I actually think you
Tyreek
should go
ain't
Hunter
scoring.
Henry.
Dude, he has yet to score like this year.
That's why he's
He has 1 touchdown on the year,
Oh,
dude.
he's so due.
dude. Indy. All they do is let Hunter Henry score.
It's kind of wild that Hunter Henry's the tight end 9 with no touchdowns on the year.
That's what I'm saying. That's how good that motherfucker is.
I keep starting him thinking this is the week he's going to find the end zone.
Double H, dude.
If
Imagine,
you don't go double H's,
Nick
Imagine-
Westbrook Akine is kind of a
bro,
go. Dude,
you're gonna
he's-
go NWI
But
over
he's
double
hit in
H's.
like so many.
You get to
weeks.
choose one initial fucking conglomerate in here, and you're not doing NWI over double
Listen,
H's.
if you
Nah.
come back as a double H's at a plus 30.5, that would be elite.
It's got to be Najee.
double H's puts Nick's on the.
What? How's Cincy's run D?
Since he
Better
does
than
not
their
have any
pass D,
defense.
but they're just like D tackles are all
Right.
dead.
Yeah, it's got to be Najee.
Nah, double H's all the way.
I agree.
Do you think there's any chance I could win this game? Keep
No.
my season alive?
I mean, it's fucking fantasy, yeah. Like, every one of my players is projected 18. They all fucking are terrible. Like they never
Except for
score
T.
18.
T's been elite.
Yeah, T's good. Everyone, George Pickens is.
Amari Cooper's projected 9.
That's what I mean. Like he's
So
projected
bad.
half the points of everyone else who did fucking sucks usually.
Is this not the worst fantasy team you've ever seen in your
Your
life?
team is
How did you get here?
horrendous.
Like, how
Like
did we-
realistically, yeah. I mean,
Should
you
we
had
take a
the
trip down memory lane.
you had the 2 weeks where you were the 11th highest scoring team playing the 12th highest scoring. Like you
Yeah.
should be 4 and 8.
Okay, but to
probably.
be fair, there's been weeks
should
where I
be
was
2
like
and
the
10.
third highest scorer and lost.
you gotta,
Averages.
you
All
gotta
of
be-
averages.
You gotta be better.
Nah, I agree.
There was a stretch where you also were like dominating weeks 1, 2, and 3 when you would Rashi, Debo, and Nico.
It wasn't Debo, but yeah, it was like Nico, Rashi.
You're so
Olave.
anti-Debo.
Yeah.
I thought Debo in the beginning. What did he
He
play?
was pretty good in the beginning, I thought.
He is still just not.
Like we were
it.
looking at your team like, holy fuck.
All right, Hunter
like,
Henry for
trifecta
sure.
of wide receivers, and now you're looking at like a Amari Cooper wide receiver.
Literally
one.
every single one of them got hurt.
Yeah, no.
Every single one.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying that.
Look at Chris Olave just dead in the
In the
grave,
gutter.
sitting there on IR.
With a big smile on his face.
I'm just praying this
Come
motherfucker
save me.
comes back.
He's not coming back anytime soon, right?
He might. He could come off IR after this week. If I win this
For next
week,
week?
dude, if I win this week,
He's-
Olave back in
he's
the
getting
lineup, it's
extended.
dangerous.
He's done for the season.
But you're down so many points. Like
But
I have
need
more
Jamo to
points than
lose.
you.
I need Jamo to lose.
Yeah.
One game against Casey.
How are you 6-0?
I was 6-1.
6
I
and
lost
1.
week 1
Either way,
because my team used to be
6
good
and-
before we
you
got
used
hurt.
to have heart. You used to have grit.
I used to have so much heart, bro. Know
What
what
are
else
you
to think
now?
about?
7 and.
Amari Cooper didn't get hurt, but could you imagine if he was on the Browns right now? He'd be fucking elite.
He'd be pretty good with
He'd
James.
be like him with Joe Flacco last year.
Yeah, 220 yards.
Him getting traded was the worst thing that could have happened to him.
Dude, yeah. You have the woat receivers.
Yeah. Nah, Tank Dell.
You have the woat.
Tank Dell's got to find
Everyone on
the
your
end zone.
team stinks except for your tight end. It's time.
Look, Hunter Henry's the
You
only one that's
literally have to
projected
hit-
more. It
you
goes
have to
all
hit
check
Hunter
marks
Henry.
on Nick's side and then Hunter Henry.
Who
Exactly.
wants Jordan Love? Who wants Jordan
I'll trade you
Love?
A-Rich.
For Jordan Love straight up?
Next.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Send off.
Yo,
Beat the
you
fuck
wanna-
out of me this week.
And then, yeah, get him for his buy.
Yeah.
No, see,
You wanna send me
need Jordan
downs?
Love because he doesn't have a buy.
Brother, this is why I'm offering you this trade.
Yeah, I'll do it because I need a win this week.
Right, so let's do it.
All right, send offer. I'll accept on here. I'll send. No, I'll send it. I'll send it on your account here.
All right, let's go.
All right, thank you everyone for watching. That was the week 13 preview. I don't know if I'm ever gonna make it back to another episode because I will officially be dead.
Fuck you looking at?
Happy Thanksgiving, happy Black Friday, happy Sunday. Hope your teams are alive and doing well.
Hope you're cashing parlays.
Oh, again, I don't think we ever mentioned this, but if you want to tail the entire Bozo parlay, make sure you download the Pickett app. Link down below.
Use code
promo,
BDGE.
like he said.
Follow Tony D.
Don't follow me.
You're
My
going to
bet's
be on
not.
your app, though.
Follow
on your
Nikki
page.
E.
Oh, that's
you're the
facts.
bozo.
Damn.
You're going to be the bozo 2 weeks in a row.
No, it wasn't me last week.
Yeah, you will be again this week. What I'm saying.
Look at my
How am I going to be the
projected.
bozo if I win?
My projected is just so nice to look at.
Your projections are fucking super mid.
All right, get the fuck out of here. Go home. Don't send me some trades. I need to make some moves. That's all we got. Goodbye.